Okay. Well, I've done a lot of jobs. I have a lot of experience. Um,
There we go.
I worked so many things that sometimes I don't even remember all of them.
Yeah, but you don't have to go from A to Z.
Yeah. I mean, I could just say the ones that
Just come
I
to
basically
head.
remember. There's a
Yeah,
lot.
because definitely there are certain things that you might not remember, you know. But let's see. All right.
No, no, no. Yeah, positive,
Pause.
positive. Yeah. No, because I'm opening up to you because you
Uh-huh.
being kind to me. So I'm being,
Sure. No, no, that's
I'm
okay.
trying to be the most honest.
Yeah. Um, you said your name is Lou, right?
Yes.
You're from Venezuela.
Right.
Wait, but
Well, I was just born. Basically, I was just born there, but I grew up in the States. I never went to school there or anything
hmm
like that. Um, I went to school in the States. That's where my whole childhood,
right
adolescence,
too.
that's where my whole childhood is from. So I
hmm
shouldn't say that I'm Venezuelan in a way, but I consider myself more like an American.
Oh, you do?
You could say because my culture became Americanized
hmm
because that's all I learned throughout my childhood, my adolescence, and my adulthood. Being that I'm here now, I've been here for a few years, and throughout that whole time frame, I mean, I've acquired many different work experiences, worked in many different things that I didn't even imagine that I was gonna do, or
hmm
that I was gonna be forced, maybe, or situations to do. But I can't complain. I enjoyed what I've learned, what I've what God actually provided me to use in order to cover my substantial needs and things of that nature.
You're you were born in Venezuela, but you lived in the States, in Jersey City. You
Yes,
said.
sir. That is
How
correct.
long?
Well, oof, for over 20 years.
Over 20 years. How long you've been here in the R?
Well, here I've been for a few years. Been here since before the like a month or two before the epidemic.
Okay, that
That's
was
about 5 to maybe 6 years, approximately around that estimate. Like five. I'm not sure how long, but it was like 5, maybe 6 years, something like that. That the
hmm
epidemic started.
And how did you land here from the States?
Well,
What brought you in here?
I got into an issue
Uh-huh.
with uh, my my ex-wife, my baby mom's.
Oh, you were married?
Yes, and we got separated, and things happened, and I got myself involved into conflict of domestic violence, and I decided to come over here. And here I had a little incident that took place, and since then I'm struggling due to that fact. I'm trying to actually, some way, somehow, overcome
hmm
that matter in order to actually be able to breathe once again like a regular human being or like a regular person, because at this point in time being I'm suffocating more than the actuality of the reality itself. And basically that is the nature of the situation that I'm going through
You're
and that what I'm been through.
are you American? I mean, you since you lived,
Well, basically yes, but I
you're
would
a
need to.
citizen, or
Well, I'm
did you get to get a
basically
citizenship, or
yes, I wouldn't. Yes, but I would need to redo the papers, obtain the papers because I don't have them at this moment.
you lived in the States for about 20 years
Over
or
20
so?
years. Over
Over
20
20
years.
years.
Because I went since a kid.
Yeah.
So automatically that makes me a citizen just throughout that time frame. the citizenship papers are is called the N400.
Hmm.
That's the citizenship papers. It has about 50 questions, approximately 50 questions.
Yeah, they have 100 questions that you go
Now they
over.
have a hundred
It's a
questions.
hundred
Okay,
questions. Yeah.
100 questions, and I believe back then they used to charge like about $600. I don't know how much they charging now.
Yeah, but before that, when you left the states, where to? Venezuela or DR?
No, I came over
You
here
came here.
from the
Did
states.
you? Who did you come to? Did you have any
Well, no,
relatives?
I didn't have like family members like that to actually.
And how did you you just
Well,
decided?
I decided to come
What
here
moved you to do that?
because I was advised of work that
Uh-huh.
they have a lot of call centers.
They do.
And
We do.
the tourist is actually very good here in the country,
Hmm.
and it's not a bad country itself. It's just that it has a lot of corruption, like any other country.
Everywhere you go,
You
they
know,
have
like any other country.
different levels.
I'm not gonna say the contrary of it. Even though out here I noticed that there's one main problem that I've noticed that there's no laws in reality when it comes down to the reality itself, meaning that like the laws here is like an illusion that you believe they exist, but at the same time they don't. Why I say that?
Why? Because you
Because
do have a lot of them.
because because of the fact that out here, if you are rich and if you're poor, now the law is not gonna actually apply
You say that it
to
doesn't
the
apply
rich.
to the rich,
It
but
has
it happens
differences.
everywhere.
It has differences. No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
yeah,
No,
the-
not how it happens here. Not how it happens here.
This is
Here, how
crazy,
it
I
happens
know.
here is beyond exaggeration.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
but
it's completely chaos. It's a disaster.
it happens everywhere.
I
We do
mean,
have our
it-
issues
it-
that we
it-
have to handle.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes. I mean, it is, but I mean, it's getting out of hand, and it's gonna get if we don't actually do something about it.
Yeah.
It's gonna get more intensively, and it's gonna become even worse. To actually then, when we realize it, that it's a major problem, it's
How
gonna be more complicated
I know,
than
and lawmakers and everyone who's involved, the law enforcement departments. I know that they have a lot to do, and it's a two-way situation.
right,
'Cause
right. I mean,
I have to do my part.
right, right. And
You
it's,
do have to do your
right,
own.
and it's understandable in a way because okay, I would understand if I was to place myself in their shoes. I mean, judging the economic status, right?
Mm.
Their payment
Alright.
is way beyond lower than the actual income
Oh, and expenses and everything.
exactly
you
for a
to-
middle class
Yeah,
for a middle
like
class, or you could
making
say
ends meet and things like that.
exactly. So that kind of provides them with the excuse, or pardon me for saying it that way,
Hmm.
because that's a justification. But basically, that's what it's taken about. Just because of that they actually could be bribed.
All right. So you landed in the R. What did you bring along with you?
Well, I basically brought some income to actually budget myself throughout
Did you
the
come
time.
to Santiago, La Vega? Where did
No, I
you?
came to specifically La Vega from one of my so-called friends over there that
Mhm.
referred me to this town and referred me to someone
Mhm.
that was gonna get me oriented with the environment itself, and then from there take it on. And what happened was they actually took advantage of that negligence on my end, and they actually took all my savings that I had left
Uh-huh.
and a couple of other things.
But you know that Santiago has the most amount of call centers.
Right.
They do
I've
have a
been-
lot.
Of course,
I did work. I did happen to work at more than 3 of them, or 4 or 5. I can't tell now, but they do happen to have a lot of them. And by the way, now that we mentioned call centers, you know that down the block from this very specific place, if you go like 1, 2 blocks and then a left, you go all the way straight. Is it one? It's just 1 block away from here.
They have a call center.
They have a call center. They're taking the.
But I have an issue. I have an issue with that has complicated and extended my situation
And that
for longer
is
because of my documents
Your documents.
to be registered on their work nominee,
Hmm.
supposedly. Now, if it was the contrary of working under the table, now I
Yeah.
would have been working by now.
But
That's without a
but that's
question.
something workable.
But I have that pending. My papers are being under process. Excuse me, and hopefully that should take in place.
Oh, you do have people working on that.
Well, accordingly, yes. Supposedly, hopefully,
Have you have any contact with your ex former wife?
not necessarily. I spoke to my sister the other day.
Where's she at?
She's in the States, but I'm the oldest, so they still in college. They not like like
How many siblings we talking about?
we talking about
Three of them.
three of them. Yes, one just got married, lives in Texas. She's studying to be a dentist. The other one studying to become a teacher, and the other one, which is the middle one, she's actually started, I believe, working as a certified nurse, something like that. So those are my three sisters.
And how do you spend your days?
Well,
Because
well, my days, I usually walk to certain different places to see if I could get anything to do as far as temporarily is concerned.
what's your age again?
I'm sorry.
What's your age?
Well, I just turned 40 last week.
Last week you turned 40.
Last
Happy
week.
birthday to
Thank
you.
you, thank you.
Was
And
it?
actually, now that you mentioned that, I actually noticed it not on
Uh-huh.
Friday. I actually noticed it on Saturday, which was the next day that I had missed my
Do
birthday.
you have any IDs or anything on
No,
you?
I was born July 7th, 1983.
But wait, you have no
I have
any
no nothing,
physical
no
nothing.
nothing, no nothing. I have anything, nothing. That's what I'm trying to
But
explain. To you.
it's
It's
really.
ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous. It's crazy.
How long
It's
you been?
crazy,
How long
and
you been on
that's
the
driving me
streets?
even more crazy
How
because
long you
that's
been
has
on the
become
streets again? For about
for
2 years,
no 6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
You haven't gotten any sick.
Well,
Because I mean, I'm trying to picture myself like in a situation
wow.
like this, God
You don't
forbid.
know, no, no.
Because the
It's
fact
beyond a night.
there's so many things that
It's
you
beyond a nightmare.
there's a lot of things like
Wow,
sickness,
it's
your
beyond,
health,
yeah, it's
your
beyond a nightmare.
eating,
It's your hygienes.
everything.
It's beyond a nightmare because
Do you have any toiletries?
especially if you don't even have a toilet where you could use
That's where we're
because
going.
then you would need to actually basically try to use a public restroom.
Yeah. And
know,
how about the toiletries? You don't have any toiletries with you, like a bag or something
Like toilet tissue.
for the toiletries?
Oh no, that's another thing. Yeah, I know. That's another thing that you got to be careful because might get germs from using public restrooms and things like that, and also showering.
It's been 6 months,
that's another major
but
thing.
I think have you planned on not going any longer, like trying to find some other
Solution?
people from Venezuela? I know a lot of them here.
Well, I've bumped
What's your relationship with them? Have you tried to reach any association or any group of people from
Well, I
Venezuela?
mean,
'Cause
I've
we
met,
have
I've
a
met a
lot
couple.
of
Yeah,
them.
I met a couple of them. I
Uh-huh.
mean, certain ones that can't complain. That they actually gave me a hand. You know, just just by the moment,
Uh-huh.
and continuously another hand just by the moment. But the actual hand that would actually give me a push to actually get stable and get into the situation that I should be involved in, not the one I'm currently involved. Not necessarily. Um, and other than that, I mean, I haven't had any encounter with a person that might have looked into that situation a little bit further and kind of like provided me the push that I would need in order for me to actually
Where do you see yourself in the
relieve myself from this
following?
nightmare.
Where do you see yourself in the following 6 months?
Well, I
By
can't.
the end of the year.
No. Within
By
this
the
the
end
next
of the
6 months,
year.
I cannot by no means, by any means possible, I cannot still be in this situation. That is
You know
not
that there's
for me.
a.
That is non-negotiable. I
Do
can't
you
take it no
have the
more.
inner willingness in
I know
order to happen your
I can't take it. I
reality?
can't take it no more.
Because
I mean,
look, here's
from the heart,
thing.
from the heart, and
Changes happen
from
when
everything
you.
I love, like honestly, I can't take the situation that I'm currently facing myself because the reason why, and I'm gonna be more than honest with myself and elsewhere,
Uh huh.
is that this issue here has been so extensively for me that it's beyond history in the making for me. Why I say that? Because this is the longest time frame that I've seen myself in a situation like this where it has been so complicated, so unbelievable within nature itself and humanity. And besides that, the people that do care about me are probably suffering that they don't know how to
Hmm.
actually help me, or they haven't had the chance or haven't been able to get to me to actually.
La Vega, we have had, and we still have a few like English institutes.
Yes, but what I've noticed is that this is kind of like still supposedly this is like the third capital of the country, according to what I've been told.
Man,
So
third largest city,
yeah,
but it
so
doesn't count them.
not a
Well,
capital, right?
I'm
Not
not
as a,
counting them much on
like a
that.
development, city.
Uh huh.
Because like Santo Domingo, as I've been told, and in Santiago,
Yeah.
because it's not well right now. I've seen a lot of constructions here that they're kind of like doing a lot of progress, and
Hmm.
that's maybe due to probably politics. Because over here everything's like a contraband. It's like a purpose for
What kind of jobs have you applied for? I mean, because I know
what kind of
that.
jobs have I applied
Have
for
you
here?
applied for any?
For here,
Because I really know that
like jobs? You
when you
mean?
have no papers, stuff anywhere in the world, but still we kind of
Yeah,
find
you
a
have like
bridge.
construction, things like that. I mean, I've done different things similar to like those kind of jobs because they're over the books, but
Hmm.
not permanently.
Yeah.
Just to get by. Not nothing. Even though that's not my profession, and that's not what I'm used to. But I mean, if that's what comes and that's what's available,
Yeah. You'll
depending
take
on the
them.
situation, I mean, that's what you got to take. Because just like the song says, I mean, si del cielo te caen limones, hay que hacer
You gotta
limonada.
learn how to make
Yo no sé
lemonades.
si he hecho tabatida cuando viene a ver, pero lamentablemente esta situación
Yeah, I know.
es algo
Hold
fuera de
on a
serie.
second. Sophia. Um.
So basically, we're talking about work, and
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah. So like I said, I haven't had the chance to get anything permanent under the books because if it would have been on the books, of course, right away, that would have been a whole different. That would have been a whole different ballgame. Right on the spot, I could assure you because of my experience. Just my curriculum alone, my resume will actually just speak for itself within my field.
Where are you spending your days?
My days, my days throughout
Because I've seen you
throughout the well,
some
I usually spend my days around Jumbo, around supermarkets, around things where where it involves
a lot of people
movements,
movement.
movements,
Uh huh.
people, and things like that because that kind of helps me out to actually maybe obtain or acquire whatever necessary things.
Meet your needs.
Yeah, meets my needs in the meantime for avoiding me to get into any negative situations or any negative temptations or any negative things that people might want to
And
actually involve me with.
your nights where you sleep.
My nights, sometimes I spend it in the emergency room, clinic, and so on and so forth. When I do get money throughout the day, which that's what I usually do when I wake up, I pay a hotel and I usually shower and they let me stay till like the late afternoon. They don't let me like they don't let me check out like in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
They let me check out like late afternoon because they already understand my situation. So
Yeah.
that's kind of good in a way
If
that
it's right, I mean,
they
it's
extend a
not
few
that I'm
hours.
trying to put you down or something, but
Right.
it's more than that. It's just like bringing new ideas and things that could help you out to make a living. How about next time you are by one of those hotels, you try to help in the kitchen? You know something in the you know how to deal with the
Right, right,
kitchen.
right. I mean, but those hotels well, the hotels
They're
itself,
not like big
they're
hotels
not,
or
they're not,
something.
they're not hotels
I know, of
like
course,
developed or
but
advanced or.
still,
But like I've tried, but there's
what?
low personnel. There's like the personnel. It's full there
Um,
within that circumstance. I mean, I
what kind of jobs are you willing to take if
well
you get
right
offered
now, right
any?
now, right now,
Because that will
man.
help your situation.
Right, right.
I mean,
Cause cause
I
right
rather
now
teach you how to fish than handing you the
they
fish.
handed me the fish. No, that is
I
a
mean,
fact. That's helping
absolutely.
me out because that's actually being with the reality itself, right? But I mean, I could basically work whatever comes, even though that's not my occupation.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not ashamed of washing dishes if I
I'll
have
do it
to.
for a living if it's
I
needed.
mean, yeah, if it's necessary. I mean,
Um,
if the needs require that, besides what you usually do in the meantime, well then that's what it is. I
you went to
mean,
school, you went to college. What's your
well, I went to college. I have I have credits. I didn't completely finish college or
what was your
obtain an
major?
associate, bachelor's, or master's.
What was your major?
I was doing
Business.
business management. Yes. Basically, I'm more into sales, almost like a salesperson. I could basically sell you my underwear if I need to, being that there's no buyer for that because that's something personal, of course.
You sell sand at the Sahara,
Exactly. But I mean, that's my nature. I don't abuse it.
but
I don't
there's
overuse
a
it.
good living on sales.
Right, right.
If you if you're
And I've done many different
if
sales.
you're put into it,
Right.
there's good money on
I
it.
sold vacation packages.
Puerto Plata, viejo.
I was told, but
I will hook you up.
I was told about that, but I heard that there's more money involved in Punta Cana and Cap Cana.
Well, I could, if you are willing to take the chance, I could hook you up with someone in one of those places for vacation packages. I did
I used to do
once.
that.
I used to do it. I did it like
I
for.
worked as a liner,
I did
but
it.
for
I did
the
it in
states
Cabarete.
as a liner.
I did it
That's
here.
because they
Yeah,
have different positions. A liner
sure.
is
Yeah,
the main
because
position
you're doing it back in the
for the
states.
sales.
But I used to do it on the floor here in the hotels
Okay.
in Cabarete. You know, with the whole packages, the booklets and everything, and
Yes,
the
yes,
pamphlets and the
yes.
brochures
The
and
three
talking to
bedroom, the
people. Oh,
presidential suites, the two.
yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I know.
I did it
Tell me
for
about it. It's
like
very
6
expensive,
months and stuff,
and it's
but
very expensive.
man,
And to get clients,
yo,
it's
you're gonna
hard.
struggle. I
It's
mean,
hard. Tell me about it.
that's I do have a huge respect for those
That's like
people.
finding a needle in a haystack.
That's not something I'm willing myself to
Seriously.
get myself into.
There's no more comparison than to say that's like finding a needle in a
In a
haystack.
haystack,
If you're willing to take the time and the patience to find that needle in that haystack, then that's
you
your
know
job.
what's crazy, and I've been to hotel after I worked at that place. Every time I go to a resort and I see these people that come to me, they come to me to offer me. I know I take all the perks. I go to the meetings if it's needed. I take all the souvenirs and the things they give you and the overnight
Yeah,
booking and
like the
everything.
timeshares.
I take everything, but I do not enroll. Man, I'm not willing to pay all the money. If I had, I wouldn't spend all the money on that.
Yeah,
But
it's
man,
too.
you struggle. You
Yeah,
work your ass out on it, and it's crazy.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
You
Tell me
know
about it.
that's.
But when you hit bingo,
Oh well, when you hit bingo,
when you hit
that's
bingo, when
something
that
else.
bingo comes to you,
Oh, that's
but you
something
gotta
else.
wait for it though.
Oh,
That's the problem.
and many people they just throw the towel because
Yeah.
it takes patience, it takes time, it takes willingness, it takes a
See,
lot of
yeah.
things. It ain't that easy. Yo,
Yo, my brother, what's up?
good to see you. Good to see you. How you doing, Hernand? This is
Hey,
Lou.
what's up? How you doing? All right.
We running this interview. I have this podcast on YouTube, right? My podcast is running English. You speak English, you have anything to talk about, I'll just bring you in, we have a seat, we talk and talk.
Alright, got
What you been up to? You good? Good businesses, family business and stuff.
Yeah, I'm working with my dad.
Yeah, building the farms and residential. Good to see you, man. It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Keep it up.
Same, likewise, bro.
So, anyways, that's what you get after you teach. I've been teaching for a while, and I've met really good students, good
Okay,
people,
good.
and
Sometimes they try to bribe you,
oh
right? You haven't
no,
had those
no,
when
no,
they try to bribe you.
no,
I've
not
had those
really.
when they try to bribe me. I should say, hey, don't try to bribe me because you still gotta pass the test.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
there's
you
no
still gotta
bribing.
pass the
No,
test. I can't
there's
cheat
no
you on the
way.
test.
Right, Lou, right?
Yes, sir.
That's your name.
Yes.
Um, Willingness to go back to the states, working
Well,
on it.
yes,
What's the plan?
I do have future plans to actually go back to the states. Um, not no time soon because due to the fact of all that I'm going through here and everything that I went through here, I don't intend on going back to the states unless I situate and stabilize myself
Hmm.
like a normal human being. Then I would take out the time to actually handle what I need to take care of in the states,
Yeah.
and that would be it. But right now, I need to overcome this challenge, which has become more than a challenge for me, and it has been more than a nightmare. Also, just dealing with people here that sometimes you don't you don't encounter people with the same level of education, same academic level, or ethic, or moral, and things of that nature. So
If
it has complicated me more because it has actually even at points in certain times even put my life in jeopardy.
people are gonna watch this video, right? Because this is intended to promote language speaking, English speaking,
Right.
bilingualism. If people are willing to reach you out and give you a hand, how will people reach you out?
Well,
Okay.
through you, because right now I have no kind of communication due to the reality of what I'm facing and my situation itself. And I met you, and we actually becoming acquainted, and then we could take it from there.
Aye. Because basically, every time I run into you, it's because you're nearby Burger
Right, right.
King,
At the usual places
Jumbo.
where
Yeah.
I am familiar with,
Yeah.
and because I don't want to expose myself to like other environments, which kind of like would put me in danger or in jeopardy, like
Hmm.
into neighborhoods that it's
Yeah.
not really
But those are like
yeah,
it's just
things
in the
like
center
that.
of town, so then
Right.
it's safe. Anyways, I think this is it. It's just wanted to bring because first time you ran into me, I was coming out of the supermarket, and you
Right,
told
right,
me that you were an English
and I explained to
teacher.
you my
You
situation, and you
taught,
were
right?
more than
You've
yes,
taught English.
yes,
Where?
and you were more than noble and humanitarian to actually give me a hand from the heart, which that to me has no price. It's basically priceless.
Hmm.
To basically encounter a person nowadays to be kind, noble, and actually give a hand, providing the person the benefit of the doubt.
Are you a believer?
Yes, sir. I believe in God.
Are you attending any church? That might
Not at
help.
the moment,
Not at the
but
moment.
I think that's gonna be necessary because the situation that I'm going through,
Uh-huh.
it has been extended, and I don't know if it's the devil trying to actually destroy me more than what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's the situation that I'm going through. I mean, maybe it'll be understandable in a way if you can actually um, see what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, and what I'm saying, in order to actually maybe by any means or by any chance have an idea, because you're not gonna understand regardless of the fact
Like
what I'm going through.
what we talked
It's
about
you know
before I start filming. I told you that nothing lasts forever. We agreed on the
Exactly.
fact that
Right, right.
everything is just passes by, but you gotta stand tall, stand straight, pray, keep on going, work on you, and try to make it out. Because it's either
Yeah,
one
that's
way
life.
out or
Yeah.
another way out.
Right, right. And that's life
It's my
itself.
pleasure, Lou.
My
Looking
pleasure,
forward to
likewise.
talking to you sometime soon. Okay.
Absolutely.
This is Los Teachers. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. And I'm gonna see you next time. You have a good one, people.